Hey, good morning, brothers and sisters. Kim Samples out in the studio getting ready to start another heart for the Heart Wall collection. Wanted to show you a little bit about my studio out here. I've kind of got all this. These are all the different stones that I have that are the polished stones. I've got stones everywhere. I've got stones over here. I've got a whole different shelves over here. I got another shelf over here. These are all scrap pieces of wood from different projects in the past. Here's some burrow wood. Lots of pieces, different burrow. I'll use those in some projects coming up. But I usually just come around and pick up a piece. And for some reason, I start the design with a piece that's already cut. Here's a cross that I've done a long time ago. I've done a lot of crosses. So anyway, this is where I start getting some ideas. There's some black and white ebony in here, purple heart, zebra wood, a little bit of everything. So I've got stones. So I'm going to pick out a piece here, and we're going to start on the next Heart Wall collection. And we'll let me find a piece, and we'll start over and put it on our canvas. Our white piece of paper is what I call my canvas to kind of get started. So let me look around in all this mess and see if I can find something that's calling my name. That's kind of interesting. But anyway, here's a piece of zebra wood. Little different pieces. There's all sorts in here. I've got more down there. I probably have about 10 or 15 boxes full of this scrap that I can start with. So anyway, let me go ahead. Okay, I found this piece of cocobolo wood. This one's already polished. It was in that scraps that I just showed you. So I'm going to start with something like that, and possibly use that as the beginning part of the heart. So that'll tie together there. So let me keep looking for some more scraps and see what we find next. Okay, here's a couple of more pieces of I think this is cocobolo wood here. Maybe we'll put that there. Here's a thicker piece, something like that. Maybe turn that a little bit like that. So we don't know what we're going to go with next. Here's a piece of wingay. Put that over there maybe. Kind of get an idea. Let's see, I got another piece of wingay over here. A little square piece. That might look kind of neat. And then here's some more scrap pieces of cocobolo wood. This is here's that obsidian we used in one of the other projects that didn't get used. What if we take something like this and put it over here? That's cocobolo. Put it in here. Put this other piece in here. Maybe. Flip that around. Well, it's starting to look like something. We put this piece in here. Only thing is, I get these things a little bit. They tend to grow. I keep getting each piece gets a little bigger, and I need to keep it at least a certain size so it'll go in the presentation boxes that I put them in. So I wind up getting a little bit Let's see, that looks pretty good, except this is too high maybe. This is not, I want this line to match this line. And if I turn it this way a little bit, maybe I can bring it over this way a little bit so that it doesn't get too large. Now, what's the backer board? What are we going to use for backer board? This heart, I put these two hearts right here. Let me just get some of these little blocks to stand it up, to bring it up. I'm thinking that heart may be the one. That's, I was wanting it to kind of fit in here a little bit more, but I think it'll be okay. Here's another piece of Coca-Cola scrap. I don't know where that would go. Possibly up there. Kind of to semi-frame the piece. Then over here I would have to use a backer board or something and keep it right like that. So let me figure out what we're going to do for the backer board, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I've got some of this, I guess this is kind of a stone tile that I've got a whole bunch of different stone tiles. These aren't stones, these are, I think, aluminum that are used for countertops or bathrooms or whatever. So anyway, thinking about maybe putting that as the backer board on this particular piece. So I want to lay it out and see what it would look like, and then we'll go from there. So let me put some of this behind there and see. Okay, I've cut a little bit of that these tile pieces. They're aluminum, I think is what they are. They're hollow aluminum stamped out, so they look like stones, but they're not stones. I've kind of just put them in here just in place to kind of see what it would look like. I'm not sure what kind of heart I want to use on this, because it needs to be probably a Coca-Cola heart and maybe a double decked heart to give it some really nice look on it. So I did find this little scrap of handmade paper. I think I'll put that right here, back behind here, so that it'll have a different look into this, in this little section. I'm going to cut these off to where you can't actually see those. You'll just see the paper and these pieces here. None of this has been sanded, so it's not even close to looking correct. So I need to cut these pieces, put this will be on the backer boards. All these pieces will be on the backer board. So that's kind of the direction that I'm leaning. It's looking pretty nice. It's kind of a little bit different. Going to be a nice one. Probably may put that piece up there, may not. We'll have to, as we go step along, we'll take a look and see how it's looking. Okay, let me get to work. Okay, I've put a little more pieces together on this particular heart for the wall. There's the little blocks behind it. There's the overall look, I'm thinking. So this is still got to move things around a little bit. I switched this and this from, this was over here. I switched this one from this one, so I switched these two so that it would be farther up that way. And I'm not sure about these pieces now that I had kind of as a fan look in there. Well, kind of not fan, but just kind of little pieces sticking out. I may still put those in there. I put the paper behind here just to kind of give it get an idea of the look. Let me raise it up so where you can see it real good there. Anyway, that's the these are just over here just to hold these pieces up, so they're not in place. They're just, you know, everything's kind of in a layout pattern. So we're let me keep working on it. We'll look at it here shortly. Okay, I've got this that's a little bit more laid out. It's going to look kind of confusing here for a second. I've got some this is old rough mesquite that I've had a piece laying around a long time. I'm going to make the heart of this piece kind of, you can't really see it, but I'm going to cut this right here, and all this is going to be glued together to make a let me see if I can do it like this. This might even be a better way to put my camera where you can see a little better. So anyway, that's I've got it laid out. I've got the pieces, I've got some extra pieces I found over here laid out. So it's going to be looking a little bit like this. And so let me work on the heart a little bit and glue that up and cut these out, and then you'll be able to see a lot better what this piece is going to look like. But it's looking really nice. Let me go to the next step. Okay, so I'm gluing up the heart now. I've kind of changed this a little bit. I use this rustic that's mesquite. I don't know what I said it was a little while ago. It's mesquite wood. It's a real rough mesquite. I've made a lot of really pretty pieces with the mesquite, this real rough mesquite. I remember when I ordered this from a company here in it was in, I guess, South Texas. Anyway, I ordered, I think, about 20 board feet of it, and I told them that you know, I didn't need the best pieces, so they sent me, when I got the box of it, I opened it up, and it was most of the pieces were falling apart and looked pretty bad. And I said, boy, this, I might not have, should have said that. I should have said something a little bit better, that send me the better pieces. But anyway, it turned out that the pieces that they sent, as rough as they I've been able to incorporate them into different works of art, and they've turned out really beautiful. I've sold a lot of pieces from this particular batch of mesquite wood. Anyway, so it's looking very nice. The heart is, so let me keep on working. Okay, I didn't want to forget to tell you that of course, all the hearts that I do, I design a lot of them into the Love Life shoe collection, and the different hearts on the shoes. These are all from the original pieces. So you'll see some of those pieces, and then you also see them on the tennis shoes. I put them on tennis shoes, the high tops, the low tops, the loafers, and on to quite a few other things on my Zally site. So anyway, take a look at those if that's something that might be of interest. Anyway, here's the piece. We're still working on it. I've glued the heart up. I just showed you that. I've got to make a backer board for this thing now, so I'm going to have to remove all these pieces, kind of line out where the pieces are the outside pieces are going, so I can make a backer board, and then we'll put all the pieces back on, then kind of look at it, and then we'll probably start gluing it all up. So anyway, next step. Okay, I just got through cutting the backer board for this this particular heart. Let's see, I think this is zoomed in. There we go. Zoom it out. Okay, so here's the backer board. I just got through cutting it, and this is the shape that I'm looking for. I beveled the edges right here so you can see that they're beveled, so that I'm gonna paint the back of the backer board black, a flat black, so that way it'll cover up this, and so you won't see the edges when the piece is hanging on the wall. So that's what I usually do on all the pieces. So I bevel them so that you won't see any of that. This is a 1/4 inch MDF, and that's what I'm using for the backer board. So let me go ahead and get it painted, and then we'll start laying out some pieces and gluing some on, kind of getting the taking a look at how it's going to look. Okay, I've glued on the pieces here, and I put the glitter on. I'm letting it dry, and then I will dump off the extra glitter. I took all this piece that I had over here out, the square piece. I just didn't look good. So we're going to wind up with a little bit different look. I had this piece here, and I've got it right here. I've grooved it out, and this is going to go right in here. I have to glue it in there. So it's going to be kind of like that. So it's going to have a different look, and we still have to put the heart on, and it's getting close to being finished. And so let me take the next step. Okay, I just got through putting the angle bracket on this particular heart, hanging it on the studio wall here just to take a look at it. I was going to show you this real quick. This is a little fish or a whale or something my daughter made when she was probably 4 or 5 years old. I hang it up here on the studio wall just for her. So anyway, it's zebra wood there, but anyway, here's the main this is on the studio wall, just so we can kind of take a look at it. Turned out beautiful. See the heart, and this is honey mesquite wood. Still got to blow off some of the glitter. Bloodwood, cocobolo wood, cocobolo. This is cedar. I think a western cedar here. Cocobolo, cocobolo. Beautiful piece. Be sure and check it out on the Etsy site. I'm going to use this piece for sure, and take some pictures of it and put it on some shoes, maybe some t-shirts and some other things too. But anyway, y'all stay tuned for the next video. Hope you liked this one. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you want to. Share this with your friends, kind of to see what goes into designing and getting one of these complete. So this one started out one way and wound up completely different than the original plan. So anyway, have a blessed day.